G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to the 18th episode in the third and final season for the FIFA 17 Chelsea Career Mode series. I would highly recommend that you check out the last episode if you didn't. Some crazy games. We had the FA Cup round of 16 against Manchester City, the EFL Cup final, and then a big game against Tottenham. And now in today's episode, we are looking to continue with the qualification trends, but kind of do a little bit better performance-wise. We have Real Madrid in the freaking Champions League round of 16, which is going to be insane. We have Stoke in the Premier League, and Newcastle United away in the FA Cup. So definitely a big episode on the horizon. We need to perform. We need to get points in the Premier League, but the main priority for me is seeing off Real Madrid. But fellas, if you do go on to enjoy today's episode, don't forget to leave a like on the video, hit that subscribe button down below. If you are new around here, we are posting career mode content on the daily. But before we can get into today's episode, we have to answer your press conference questions, so let's do that now. So as per normal fellas, if you want to have a chance of getting your question answered in the next press conference, don't forget to leave a question down below. Aaron Awesome Gaming says, how are your players feeling after losing the EFL Cup? Will their morale affect their future games? You know, I think it's actually a good wake-up call. Out of all the 4 tournaments that we are taking seriously this season, the EFL Cup is the one that I would sacrifice if I had to. And I'm hoping that the performance we put in against Leicester, which was definitely below par, motivates the lads to perform at their peak for the rest of the season and bring home the rest of the tournaments. And it's going to serve us better if we do qualify for the Champions League or the FA Cup final. We have that experience as a team in the final, and we will push further, push harder, and play more as a unit rather than individuals. So at the moment it stings, but I think in the long term it's going to benefit us. Levi Clark says, if you got to the final of the Champions League, who would you like to get? You know, in all honesty, I would just be happy to get there. If I had to choose a team, I would say Barcelona, considering they knocked us out in the semi-finals, and I think it would be quite a nice redemption story if we could beat them in the final, because last season, as I mentioned, they defeated us in the semi-finals on a heartbreaking penalty shootout. So if we got to verse them in the final and defeat them, I think that would just be so satisfying. But overall, I couldn't care less who we verse as long as we make it. Zulfikar Bazbayada says, you look like Andres Christensen. You know, I don't really see the comparison, but okay. And the final question in today's press conference comes from Randra Pardelo, who says, will you train first team players instead of youngsters from now on? You know, I don't really see the point in training our first team players, especially the ones that have gone past their peak or are at their peak now. There's no point training them because they're not going to grow very much. I'm still committed to growing the youngsters, and there's players in our first team that still grow. Players that I'm happy to train, like Andres Christensen, like Charlie Musonda, like Pione Sisto, like Marcus Jackson. These players, I'm all happy to continue training them, trying to get them up a little bit more before the end of the season. But overall, no first team players really are going to get trained. So that will conclude today's press conference, fellas. Thank you once again for the fantastic questions. But now, let's get into the gameplay, taking on Stoke City in the Premier League to kick things off. So we kick off today's episode with a little bit of training here. So Dominic Solanke, Charlie Musonda, Nathaniel Chalobah, and of course Marcus Jackson being trained here. Let's see if we can get somebody going up. I think Solanke is really the only player that can go up, and nobody goes up. No, Jackson does. Okay, he goes up to a 73. Pretty poor session overall though. So we do get £114,000 for qualifying into the next round of the FA Cup. I kind of feel like we already received that money last episode after we beat Man City, but I think that means that we have received our opponent for the for the quarterfinals. Let's have a look and see if that has come through. Okay, so we are versing Newcastle United in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Other fixtures are West Ham and Aston Villa, Norwich, Swansea, and Arsenal Stoke. And speaking of Stoke, they are our opponents to kick off today's episode. So here we are at Stamford Bridge, kicking off today's episode. We have Stoke City coming to Stamford Bridge to take us on. Hopefully we can get 3 points and get some confidence back ahead of the Real Madrid second leg. Quick look at the Premier League standings. We are second, 2 points behind Man City. Stoke in 6th, only 6 points behind us, I believe. So here is our starting 11 for today's game, and it's going to have to be rotational. The Real Madrid game is like 3 or 4 days after this one. Then we have the EFL Cup quarterfinals about 2 days after that one, so we really have to be strategic here basically. And then here is Mark Hughes' starting 11 for this game. Jack Butland in between the sticks, Lindelof, Shaqiri, Bojan, Arnautovic, Jeff Cameron, who else? Marcos Lopez, Joe Allen, who killed it against us last time. Stoke passing it around. Cameron going, they pass, they shoot, and I thought they scored there. That might be the worst half of football I have played all series. That was so unenjoyable. They're on the attack here, Stoke. Core going through to Boré. He takes the long shot and he puts it wide. They're on the attack here, Stoke, looking to provide a bit of a spark to what has been an absolute shocker of a game. Christensen heads it away. Bicycle kick, and De Gea pulls off the great reflex save. So a corner here for Stoke. Xherdan Shaqiri, what's he going to do? Goes deep there. It goes to Lindelof straight into the hands of De Gea. Here we go. Bertrand Traoré going to Jamie Vardy. Goes to Reginald Golan. Can we get an opportunity at the death? I see Vardy. Vardy's through. Vardy's one-on-one. Vardy finesses, and it's a block from the defender. James Rodriguez in stoppage time. 90th minute. We're going to try finding the top right-hand corner. James hits it. James shoots, and he just puts it over. Well, it's full time, and it's another 0-0 draw. That is probably the most common scoreline in this series, and I hate it. It is so frustrating playing 0-0 draws all the time. We need to start attacking better. We were just behind the 8 ball in this game, and Stoke were just a pain to play. We need to put all of our piss-poor performances to the side, to the back burners, and focus on this game here. This is a season-defining game against Real Madrid, the second leg of our round of 16. 1-1 on aggregate. We have the valuable away goal. But if we do not qualify, then our season, this series, is all but over. Look at that! Spurs beat Bayern Munich, I think it was 5-1 in the first leg of their game. Taking a look at our starting 11 for this game, understandably it is such a strong side. Rocking a 4-1-2-1-2 formation here. Hazard going to Cam, Griezmann to right mid, Kroos in CDM, Alonso playing left back. We need to be strong. We need to get the victory today, or at least get a draw. 0-0 draw, that is. If it's a 1-1 draw, we go to extra time. If it's a 2-2 draw, then they win. And this Real Madrid side were really, really good against us last time. Andre Gomez and Isco absolutely killed it. They got Benzema, Ronaldo, and Vazquez up front. Keylor Navas, Varane, Marcelo. They've got quite a strong side, as you would expect. We're just passing it around here. Hazard to Dybala. Going to Michi. Michi to Dybala. We're holding onto the ball quite nicely. Hazard goes for the long shot, but that is a terrible attempt. Good tackle from Kroos, but Andre Gomez gets it back. Good stuff from Bonucci. And now we hit them on the counter-attack. We've been pretty good defensively so far. This one goes over to Michi, but it's just a bit too much on it. But Michi wins it back. Oh, sorry, it's Musonda. Now it's Michi. Michi Batshuayi hits it and he misses. His finishing has been so crap this season. Ronaldo on the attack here to Asensio. Good stuff from Kroos, but it falls back to the substitutes. He gets past one challenge, he shoots, and De Gea has to make the save. Falls nicely there from Musonda. We were very lucky. It was poor passage of play, but we see Griezmann out wide. That one's played over the top. What a touch from Griezmann. He's going to square it. Michi stabs at it, and it is a great save from Keylor Navas. Real Madrid attacking now. I'm going to cry if they get an opportunity. Far out. It's still play on. I fell off. I fell asleep. Ronaldo out to Carvajal. Come to it, De Gea. What a save. Get the Dybala. Great stuff. Paulo Dybala. Finesses. Save from Navas. It was a tough angle. We get the corner out of it, however. Antoine Griezmann lobbing this one in here. Emerick Laporte gets the header and puts it over. Real Madrid attacking. Aurier, they goes out to Marcelo. They're passing it around here. Morata. David Luiz, he gets past David Luiz. It's a good tackle from Luiz. No foul in it. Can we hit them on the counter now? Luiz through to Dybala. We need another striker to make the run. I see Michi. Puts it into the center. Michi Batshuayi. What a save. David Luiz misses. No. Oh, I was going to far out. That just fell straight to him. And that was the opportunity. Come on, lads. We need to defend. We need to hold on. There we go. Emerick Laporte going to Aurier. It's out. I was trying to keep it in and time waste. It's on here for Real Madrid. No, it's not. That is full time, and we qualify for the Champions League quarterfinals on away goals rule. What a tough game it was. No Zinedine Zidane there, but what a tough 2 legs it was. We dominated Real Madrid in this second leg, but I thought they were going to just somehow, like Real Madrid always do, I thought they were just going to sneak a goal in there and win the game. Thank God for that. One of the most difficult opponents. Some people I thought this was going to be the Champions League final, but we are heading to the quarterfinals. We need goals and we need a win here, lads. 2-0 or draws. Actually, that's 3-0 or draws because we drew the last game of last episode 0-0 against Spurs. We are taking on Newcastle United here in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Let's score a goal. Come on, lads. Taking a look at the FA Cup tournament tree. I showed it to you guys earlier in the episode. We need the win. Please, come on. I'm really nervous. So here is the Newcastle United starting 11. Rafa Benitez has Tim Krul in goals. Haidara, Pazalic, our former player Pazalic. Jack Colback, Perez, Kishner. Not as good as I remember their side being. And here is our starting 11 for this FA Cup clash. I am rocking the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. I really liked how we performed with it against Real Madrid. We just need to capitalize on the opportunities that we make in today's game, and we should be golden. Nice stuff from James. Here we go early on. Kante going to Traore. Goes back to Kante. I see Immobile, but we're going to keep running it with Kante, who goes to James Rodriguez, through to Willian. Some nice play early on in this game. Willian, just a poor decision there. Ayoze Perez up against James Rodriguez, going through to Jesse James. What is our defense doing? Great save from David De Gea, but whoever was marking that guy with the shot had a shocker. Kante going to Pedro. We need some support. We're going to go to Traore, who goes through. Immobile, one-on-one, he finesses, and we score the goal. We get the breakthrough. As Newcastle at one end almost got the lead, we go up the other end, and now we have the 1-0 advantage. Ciro Immobile, Mr. Reliable, finding the net. Here we go, Kante, running through. He's just running along with the ball, playing that one through to Willian. Come on, Willian. Traore. Immobile again. Can he make it 2-0? Yes, he does. Immobile picks up his second goal. That is a class finish, and within moments, we have gone from 0-0 to 2-0. Or 2-0. Far out. Passing it around. Can we get an attacking opportunity again? Can we make it 3-0? Can we get Immobile his hat-trick in the first half? Immobile keeps going. Immobile, I got a little bit selfish. Wanted to take the shot with him. We go out wide. What a ball. Willian hits it. Willian scores it. What the bloody hell happened there? I was not expecting that. I don't even know how we got the ball out to Willian in the first place. But he flicks it up and absolutely smashes it into the back of the net here. 3-0 before half-time. Let's look at this on the replay. Kante was with it. That is a class ball from Kante and a class finish from Willian. Here we go, Yedlin. Going to Traore, who goes to Ciro Immobile in search of a hat-trick. Immobile finesses straight at Krul. Oh, Willian pounces on it. The loose ball. It's Pedro. I see Immobile. We're going to go to Baker instead. Nice ball. Oh, it falls to freaking Bertrand Traore. What a tackle at the end. Oh, Pedro with the interception or the tackle. Pedro far out. Newcastle attacking. Talvin going to Gamez. Oh, it goes back post. They're looking to get back into it, and Mbemba misses. Goes out here to Azpilicueta. We're looking to put the final nail in Newcastle's coffin. Kante, save from Cruel. Only attacking Newcastle. It's Jose Perez going back to Mbemba. Nice ball through. They're looking to get a goal back, but we make the tackle. It goes to them again. They're trying to get a goal back. We're just killing them on defense. Do we have time for one more opportunity? Can Traore get there? Get in front of him, son. Go there, Traore. Ah, he can't get there. But that is full time. A complete domination to wrap up today's episode. I said heading into it I wanted goals, and goals we got. Immobile having a killer of a game, Willian with a nice finish, and we qualify for the FA Cup semi-finals. And you know what, fellas, that is where I will conclude today's episode. It may not have been the best performance-wise episode, but qualification-wise and progress-wise, we made some big strides. Beating Real Madrid in the round of 16 of the Champions League is absolutely huge, and then qualifying for the FA Cup semis is nice. And we look like we're on track for the treble. Fingers crossed. But fellas, if you did enjoy today's episode of the Chelsea Career Mode series, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Also make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. Make sure you check out my social media links, my Snapchat, my Instagram, and my Twitter. All three of those linked down below as per normal. But most importantly, fellas, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I'm out. Peace.